There's nothing I like better than making some other poor bastard die for his country.
Fallout New Vegas is an enormous game with a daunting number of quests and activities to complete. Many of the jobs you pick up, though, land you in dangerous situations, so the game has an accompanying plethora of weapons to help you fight back. However, as large as the array of armament is in the core game, some players are still left wanting more. If that is the case, then look no further than the downloadable content packs, which feature a variety of amazing and powerful weapons. In this video, we're going to take a look at the truly powerful arms that come from the New Vegas DLC, Honest Hearts. First off is a gun that's essentially a special variant of the service rifle used by the NCR in the Mojave, the Survivalist rifle. The Survivalist's rifle has very low spread and does nearly 3 times the damage as its basic counterpart. However, there are several drawbacks. First of which is its magazine being only 10 bullets, which is half the size of the standard model, followed by bent iron sights making it slightly more difficult to aim, and lastly, it must be loaded with fairly rare 12.7mm rounds. Pros and cons aside, if you're interested in this weapon, you can find it inside of a container called the Survivalist's duffel bag, located at the Red Gate. The Red Gate is a location just north of the Southern Passage, where the DLC begins. It's also not that far from the Red Rapids dock. You'll have to climb up some rocks to reach the specific location, but reaching it isn't hard, and pulling the rifle out of the bag is a simple affair. Next up is a unique variant of the standard Power Fist, called Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist. This unarmed weapon isn't particularly strong in all honesty, as it only does 5 extra points of damage over the basic version. However, it does have a unique effect of mildly poisoning enemies for 10 seconds. It's almost like rubbing salt in a wound. While the value of this weapon can easily be debated, it's worth acquiring for collection and completionist purposes. Getting your hands on Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist is a fairly easy task. It just involves completing the Honest Hearts DLC. No matter the outcome of the story, or which side you align with, you'll find yourself at a cave entrance leading back to the Mojave with a footlocker at your feet. This footlocker holds a multitude of special loot, including the unique Power Fist. Alternatively, however, you can get the Power Fist by outright killing Salt Upon Wounds. That can only happen if you opt for the violent ending, though. Combat, completion, or both, the method of acquiring it is up to you. Following up on the Power Fist is another unarmed weapon, She's Embrace. This arm is a unique variant of the Yaoguai gauntlet worn by most members of the Sorrows tribe. Its use, however, is limited. While the damage it does is slightly better than the basic variant, it's still fairly underpowered. Honestly, its primary value is that of being a collectible, so if you're a completionist or just want to flesh out your weapon cabinet a little bit more, this is how you acquire it. The first thing you need to know about She's Embrace is that you can only get your hands on the glove before finishing the main quest of the Honest Hearts DLC. The reason for this is how, no matter the outcome, all unique NPCs which you can talk to in Zion vanish after the main quest is complete. Assuming you haven't passed that mark, the first thing you need to do is speak with Walking Cloud of the Sorrows tribe about the gauntlet she uses in combat. When you query her, she'll direct you to the shaman, White Bird. This will begin the Rite of Passage quest, which is completed in 2 steps. First, you must bring 3 Datura roots to White Bird. These roots aren't hard to find and grow all over Zion. After delivering the roots, White Bird will make a special tea, and when consumed, will blur your vision. The visual effect will then remain until you follow your quest marker to find the ghost of She, defeat her, loot the paw off of her body, and then return to White Bird to claim the glove She's Embrace.
Here, take. Gift to remind you of visions. Use well, or sell to curious trader. Either way, says much about you.
Leaving behind the unique fist weapons found in Zion, it's now time to talk about firepower, and a light shining in darkness. An improved variant of the 45 auto pistol, A Light Shining in Darkness has a list of improved stats about as long as its name is. This includes higher damage, tighter spread, lower AP use in VATS, better critical chances, improved critical damage, and slightly reduced weight to boot. In fact, the only downside to this gun, when compared to the base model, is its magazine is just a single bullet smaller. By all means, a weapon worth acquiring and using. Which brings us to how you get your hands on it. A Light Shining in Darkness is a custom weapon held by Joshua Graham, a critical character in the Honest Heart story. While it is possible for him to die, and for you to subsequently loot the gun off of him, it's also one of the few weapons you receive as a reward for completing the story quest in Honest Hearts. After the scripted events roll out, you choose a side and the ending slideshow plays, you'll be dropped back at the southern passage where the DLC begins. However, with the story complete, there will be a special footlocker present, which is stuffed with special loot, including the pistol, A Light Shining in Darkness. Closing up the end of the list for unique arms out of Zion is the Compliance Regulator. This energy weapon is a unique variant of the traditional laser pistol. However, unlike many other named weapons, the Compliance Regulator is not a particularly strong gun, and it is instead 33% weaker. The reason for this is how its primary purpose is that of a suppressive weapon. To reinforce that mentality, it has a special effect when it scores a critical hit, where it paralyzes the target for 10 seconds. It also fires a blue beam, as opposed to the typical red. Now, if you're interested in finding this weapon, it's located in Fallen Rock Cave, just north of the Dead Horses camp. The cave is absolutely laden with traps, so be careful. Once you reach the main room full of living amenities though, you can find the Compliance Regulator near some empty boxes and some extra batteries. Though there are more weapons in Honest Hearts, the 5 mentioned here cover the bulk of the extra armament added by the DLC. Hopefully you find both the strength and collectability of the weapons mentioned here to be worth your time. However, if by chance you don't, there's no need to worry, as there's plenty more guns in the Mojave, as well as in the other 3 DLC packs for Fallout New Vegas. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm William Strife, and I'll see you later.